Okay, so let's see. I know Gong because he's in my class 3401, but let's
Puedes
introduce
hablar
you.
como
How are
español.
you? How are you?
How are you? Good. So this is Professor Mar. You have exchanged emails, so you know him, but maybe you never seen him on the screen.
Hello, Professor. How are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to get something for Rafi and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay, sure. Take your time.
So Gong, you're still an undergrad, right? And you have
Yeah, I'm still undergraduate.
And you
I'm a
have another
transfer
year?
student. This is
You are-
my first semester.
yes.
I'm a
And
transfer
so
student.
you're transferring from where?
BMCC.
From BMCC, I see.
Yeah.
And your plan is to finish the undergrad and then continue to graduate school? Is that
Yes.
the idea? Okay. And you are interested in high school or more in middle school in terms of we have two programs, right, that are sort of similar but different. The 712 and the graduate program, 712 and 5 through 9. Which one are you interested in?
Oh,
You understand my question?
Professor, could you repeat your question?
I'm going to repeat. When you finish now your undergrad, right?
Yes.
Undergraduate degree, you're going to have a degree in a BA in mathematics education, right? Secondary,
Yes,
high school.
exactly.
Okay. But when you go into the masters, like in the graduate programs, we have two programs:
Yes.
middle school, that's for 5 through 9, grades 5 through 9, and we have secondary or high school, that is 7 to
So I'm interested in the secondary education.
in the 712. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is mostly the department of Professor Mar. So because I'm the program head of the 5 through 9, so we can talk now about maybe he already looked at your transcript. Did you have a chance to look at
Yes, I sent an official transcript this afternoon.
Yeah, no, I got it. I got it. I'm wondering, Professor Zolkar, what do you think about if
I didn't see it.
Gong went the Stephanie Dweck route?
Yeah, Professor, what's your question?
Okay,
No,
wait.
I'm asking
Let's
Professor
continue.
Zolkar a question. I'm wondering if that's a
You mean
so-
to finish her BA in?
do everything except student, to do the mathematics and do everything except student teaching, and then just go
Yeah.
straight through.
I think that would be better, right?
Yeah.
So
No,
I
no,
haven't
no,
looked at the transcript.
I'm wondering,
Accessibility options.
Gong, how many mathematics classes do you have left?
You mean after I finish this semester?
Right.
Like 4,
Okay.
like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Keisha's in there as well. Hi, Keisha. I'm wondering if the best thing for you to do might be to just in terms of getting through things quickly,
Okay.
would be for you to do all of the education classes but don't do the student teaching.
Okay.
And then so do your 3401, your 2001 you have already, 2002 you're in 3401, you take 3402, finish up your mathematics classes,
Yes.
and then you could join the graduate program. I mean, maybe as soon as this fall,
Okay.
like fall 21, if you can get all those classes finished next semester.
Okay.
And then that would get you, then you'd be straight into the master's program, and it would just be quicker than you taking an extra year as an undergraduate to finish up student teaching.
Okay.
So I'm trying to see, what's your current GPA? Everything's
It's
okay
4.
with your GPA?
4. I see that the term is 4, but I don't
so
know.
everything looks fine. Yeah, I think that might be the best thing for you to do, would be to finish out 3401 and do 3402. And so what you would have what that would allow you to do would be, I'm trying to find the current semester. Okay. What that would allow you to do is concentrate on your mathematics classes, and then So the 3401 and 3402 in 2001, 2002, there are like equivalent classes in the graduate program that you wouldn't have to take because you took them as an undergraduate. And so you'd end up with a slightly shorter graduate program, but you'd be able to finish your undergraduate kind of more quickly and move straight on to the graduate program.
That's
Wait,
great.
but I want to ask a question about 2000 and 2001 and all of that. Is he transferring something from?
Yeah, they came in because they must have come in because otherwise he couldn't be in 3401.
Yes, I'm trying to find here. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Which one?
And the other one that you need to think about taking, Gong, is 3456, the special education class.
But that would mean like taking 3 courses next semester.
Yeah.
No? Maybe you can write that down. Maybe write that down.
3406, the special education is
3456.
not in my degree work, right?
3456 is not in your degree works?
Yeah,
Huh. Let me take a look.
yeah, please.
So, let me have a look here. Let's see. Windows 8868. 2, 3, 8, 2, 3. Nope. Oh, yeah, I think that's because you're not in the mathematics teacher program.
Oh, so you have to then.
But my major.
Oh, no, you took it. No, it's there. You took it in the summer.
Oh, you mean the
The students with special needs.
special need? That's the same class, right?
Yeah, exactly. You
Oh,
already
yeah,
did
yeah,
that
I
in the
did.
summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I did
So
do
I think the thing for you to do is to concentrate on
Oh yes, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So
right.
So he will have to take only 3, 402 in the spring or more?
Right. So you don't have to take 3402 and finish up your mathematics classes.
Okay.
And then we could accept you into the graduate program starting in fall 2021.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, and then you would do your student teaching and certification as. So the only downside is that it'll make it a little longer before you're certified to teach.
Oh, okay.
Because you're not doing it as an undergraduate, but there are opportunities a year through your program, which would be about the same amount of time anyway, if to get an internship certificate to start teaching in the schools. So it's not guaranteed, but it's there's a good possibility of that. And I think it's a better route for you to go because otherwise you'd have to spend. I mean, as it stands now, you'd have to spend another year as an undergraduate.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the only question is whether that's a lot of mathematics to take that in the last semester.
But how many more math courses? He has so many math and physics and everything courses.
Yeah.
There's no way to accept some of them for the math if the math department looks at it.
Well, no, you've got a bunch that are in progress at the moment, so you actually don't have that many more to take after.
No. Yeah, I don't remember how many, but I see
Like
he
you
has a
take
lot.
abstract algebra and I'm seeing. Well, yeah, right.
I think he's done. I don't know. Let's count
No,
this.
no,
We have three,
there are 5 there, but it'll be
5? It's
yeah.
more than 5. Which ones are you counting?
So the ones that are left to do are 4201, 3101, 4302. Here, I'm looking at here, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
So there's this one.
Daddy, when are you finished with for meeting?
A little bit. And that's a second one, and that's a third one.
Dad, can I watch videos?
Sure. What do you want to watch? Sorry, just a moment. What do you want to watch?
Superman.
Okay.
No, robot train.
Okay, just bear with me for a moment, sorry. Robot trains. So go in the other room. That's actually quite well. That's actually quite a few classes. So I think it might be. And do you have other things to do besides those? I don't think so.
But maybe the summer, do they offer those in the
Yeah.
summer or not?
So what you need to ask, Colin, what you need to ask you need to find somebody in the advisor in the mathematics department,
Yeah.
right? And any of these 5 that you've got left, the 4201, 3101, 4302, 4401, 4406. So you need to find out if any of those would be offered in either a winter intersession.
I
Or-
asked them already. They said the next winter, no, not the winter, next spring,
Right.
all 5 classes will be held.
Right, but for you to do all 5 of those and 3402, that's 6 classes. That's a lot. I don't know that
Yeah.
that might be too many. So I'm wondering, are there any of these which will be offered in the summer,
Winter, right?
or either the winter or the summer, either the winter
both,
intersession
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
summer
I can ask them.
2021?
If
And
they
then you
have
could just delay.
some class in winter, I can take it in winter.
Okay, well, you need to find out if it's being offered.
Yeah.
And if it's not being offered in the winter, if you could postpone one of them to summer of 2021,
Okay.
that would also work. And then you would graduate by the end of the summer and just move into the graduate program in the fall. But I think all 5 of these plus the seed 3402, that would be too much, I think.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Because some of those are some difficult mathematics class, some challenging mathematics classes. So
Okay.
yeah, so I think that would be the thing to do. Oh, hi Anna. Would be to figure out if any of those are going to be offered. I think probably not I don't think any of those classes would be in a winter intersession. It's just
No.
but they may be in the summer of 2021.
Okay.
And if you could do
Got it.
some of them then, and then I think go straight into the graduate program, I think it would be a better path for you. And we would we will give you credit in the graduate program for all of these education classes that you've taken.
Okay.
So then in terms of the application, then when does he have to submit the application? It's no hurry, right? Because it's not, he wouldn't start.
Right. Well, you'd be applying for fall 2021 entry.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
can start putting it together, right? In terms of,
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
All right, good. Yeah, no, I think that'll work out. That'll work out if you can figure out one of those mathematics classes. It may be also that I think Brooklyn College is not going to offer them in the winter session, but it may be also that you can get an e-permit to take it at some other place, either in the winter or in the following summer.
Okay. I will ask them. And in this at the same time, I will check the City College or Hunter College if they have the similar
Right.
equivalent
And
class,
everything's
so I
online.
can get an e-permit for that.
Right, and everything's online now, so it doesn't even, it's not like you would have to go all the way up to Hunter or City College, so it's,
Yeah,
so it might work out well.
sure.
How's your class going with Professor Zolkar?
Oh yeah, very good, very good.
so tell Professor Mar about yesterday. You were supposed to do a lesson and I took over and we kind of did it together. It was a little crazy, right? But it,
Yeah, that's the first time I hosting a small class. Before
Okay.
that, I have no such experience.
Uh-huh.
So, but I think I figured I need a practice. I need
Right.
more practice. I personally
yeah.
love math very much.
say that again.
I personally love math very much.
Yeah, you do. You do. I'm going to share I want to share the screen for a moment. I'm going to show Professor Mar something. Okay. Oh, wait. Am I not able to share a screen? Let's see. Can you, Michael, can you make me able to share my screen?
Okay, let me.
Oh no, sorry, Nicolette, you can do it. I think, right?
Okay, you should try
Okay.
it now.
So, since we're here, why not do a little math? So
Oh,
what,
okay.
let's see, well now it's all full of stuff. I wanted the clean version, but still, this is good because then you can tell Professor Mark what was happening there. Yes. Are you mute? I don't hear you.
Me?
Yes, now, unmute
no.
you.
What's your question?
My question is that it was an experience yesterday, right? This problem and the way
Yeah,
that you're planning to do it and the things that came out of it. Just tell him what happened because it was interesting and then it took longer than expected.
Yeah. Actually, originally, I planned to just explain to students what is the question is and what is the best strategy to solve this kind of a question. But actually, I forgot to inspiring students to get them involved. So I think that's say that lack of experience.
No, right, but also like it wasn't the traditional. So what was interesting is that Gong wanted to start. The problem was with the title and with the instructions. Like here is 2 squares and with the center and the measurements, and you have to find the area that is shaded. And I said, no, Gong, erase everything. Erase the title, erase the problem. Just leave the diagram only, and let's get people to make observations, right? And write down things that they notice about the diagram. And that is for me like a teaching 101. Like that experience has to be very meaningful because it makes a huge difference in terms of like.
Never give too many instructions.
Yes, but also because it allows people to notice things, and people started noticing things, and right, and they start talking about the angles. We didn't expect. I wasn't expecting that it was necessary to be even talking so much about the angles of this quadrilateral, but it was cool, right? The way things were coming up, but it's difficult to do it. You're right. It's really about the experience. But I'm glad that you were flexible, that you will let me mess up your lesson and intrude and make it change direction, right? But
Definitely.
I published a paper just recently, and it was basically about how in a class I was leading students through something like this, and I kind of forgot to give them the last instruction that I would normally give them. And the class just went in a whole different direction, and they did all kinds of interesting things because I forgot to give them the last instruction, and the last instruction would have made them do it in this very particular way.
Right.
And they give them that instruction, and suddenly wonderful things happened. So
yeah, that's the whole idea. Yeah, the open and a certain trust that one has to have. But this is a very challenging thing also because people don't know each other. You don't know how much math people know. And in the class, we have a very wide range, right? There are people in the class who are much stronger than other people. And so it's very hard to choose the right problem and then how you handle it. And we also have people in the class that are a little shy, right? That they don't, and that was interesting at the end, because at the end I said, so let's talk about the lesson. How did you like the problem that Gong chose? And then some people saying they like the problem, but these are people who never opened their mouths at all. They didn't participate, but they still were involved in it.
Yeah, only a couple of students are involved, and most of the time I ask questions. The follow is the silence.
Right, it's difficult. Also, this media, the whole Zoom thing is tricky like that. The other thing is the annotation. We had a situation, we have to get better at that. I'm having trouble also with this, right? Because sometimes you want to use the whiteboard and annotate, but other times you want to use a Word document, like in this case, and just go for the draw, like use the draw and start using this kind of pencil thing, but then you go to the whiteboard and then it's great. Or you want to use the, Desmos or Geometry Sketchpad. So they are almost as if there are so many media at the same time that sometimes you'd rather be in the classroom with your chalk, right, to make it easy.
Right.
Anyway, no, it's a pleasure to have you in the class. It's nice. I think it's a good number of people. We only have 12, so I was telling Professor Mark, the trouble is that we have two bio and one physics major, and that makes me not be able to just focus only on math. So, but still, we do a lot of math.
All right. So, Don, did you have any more questions about the program or where you want to?
So far, I don't have a question, but probably I'm going to have a question in the future. Is it possible to keep in touch with you, Professor
Absolutely.
Michael?
You should absolutely email me if anything comes up, and you know, to check that you're still on track for what we talked about and everything. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. I also I'm going to contact the math department.
Yes.
Yeah, make a good schedule.
Right,
I would
right.
like to
That's the
know.
main thing that you need to focus on now is kind of think, okay, so forget about 4403 and 4409
Yeah.
and think about like, can I finish out my degree by the end of the summer?
Okay.
And
Okay.
then that'll, you know, because also I like on the one hand, that's a lot to do next semester, but it's almost not enough to carry you through a whole next year. So if you could finish out
Yeah.
in this academic year, that would be really helpful.
But also the other advantage that I see is that way then you're going to skip the whole pandemic and the COVID-19 situation. Like, and, you know, like we don't know
Right.
what's going to happen next year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that
by the
Really
time
hard.
you're doing student teaching, hopefully we'll be in the after times.
in a normal kind of way, yeah, I think it would be, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, very
have
good.
no
All
more
right, it's
questions.
nice to meet you, Gong, and we'll be in touch.
Okay.
Colette,
Thank
do you have something to, yeah, wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Just give it a poll for Gong, if that's okay.
Okay.
Sorry, what happened?
Give you a
He wants
poll.
him to give some feedback.
So it's 4 questions.
What are we doing? We leaving?
I'm just
He
gonna.
wants him to give some feedback.
Yeah, but are we staying or not? What are we doing in the meantime? Waiting?
It's 1 minute. Yeah, just one. It's a 1 minute
Oh,
poll.
yeah.
Sure.
I'll just distribute it right now and launch. So I'll just and the timer's up. So Gong could just complete it for a minute, and that's it.
First is email. Oh, I can. Okay, email. Checking the how would you read types of the virtual. Yeah, I finished.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
Bye. See you in
Bye-bye.
class next Wednesday because it's a
Yeah.
conversion day.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Gong. We'll talk soon.